Check out my new book before we get started. Also, down below in the description, we have a link for the brand new music video from the band I Front Inverter. Also, Chris from Tiny Industrial has been announced as one of our guest speakers and builders at an upcoming North Carolina hands-on workshop we're hosting. And down below, it's your 10% off discount code for an eHeat Envy tiny house heater.
Hi, my name's Dale Betz. Welcome to the Slacker Box Palace. Well, I retired 3 years ago, wanted to be able to travel, and rather than spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a motorhome, I spent $3,000 on this truck and began to convert it. And I tell people I'm 90% done, but check with me in a couple of months and I'll be 75% done. So
I saw you at the North Carolina, the Andrew Odom
Yep.
Tiny House Street Festival, which was a heck of a good time. And at that point in time, you were maybe 50 or 60% done.
Well,
you've come a long way.
Yeah, I finally got the solar figured out and got my electrical figured out and moved a few things around, added things, and so I'm back up to 90.
So what are some of the secrets of keeping things on such a meager budget? You know, like using a lot of reused stuff?
Yeah, these metal containers on the wall actually came from a Habitat for Humanities.
Okay.
The sofa that I'm sitting on came from Habitat for Humanities. The vinyl windows in the back that you'll probably see at some point came from there. And then you just use anything and everything that you have available. If it works, use it. Don't, you know,
and save money at the same time.
The toolbox, instead of building the chest of drawers, that was on sale at Lowe's half price, and it fit the spot space.
And it's certainly durable. That's one of my favorite facets of this, is the Cobalt toolbox with a nice top in it, which is like your workspace, your kitchen, and those back windows opens up this whole place so nicely. Now tell us about this quilt here. I've got a couple people pointing that out.
There's a pass through here that goes into the cab driving area of the truck. My mother has been doing quilts since I was a kid, and she had the material, so I said I need something to cover the hole, and she made this for me, and it covers the hole, helps deaden the sound of the truck when you're driving, and just, you know, I love my mom, so she's with me all the time.
That's a big pop of color too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people have said you need to do something to brighten that up, and that thing on the wall, and I just got some original artwork from a friend of mine, so it'll be up here soon. And you know,
Picasso, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping at some point.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Don't count on it.
Okay.
Tell us about your little cooking station, kitchen station over here. If you could.
The stove and the sink. When I first retired, my first thought was to buy an older camper and rehab it. But when I got into tearing it down, I wound up, I had a nice trailer platform, a stove and a sink left.
Okay.
So the stove and the sink were in the shed when I bought the truck, and I went, there's where their new home is.
Yeah.
So that came out of a camper. Everybody says, where did you find such a small stove? Came out of a camper.
A lot of people overlook the fact that you can mine old campers and pull out some of that space efficient.
They don't realize that there are actually salvage yards that specialize in RVs and campers and such.
And RV catalogs to find all sorts of small appliances and solar compatible things. Is this a deep freezer here?
Yes, it is, but it's the smallest freezer. You can buy it at a Lowe's or a Home Depot, and then there's a gray box on the wall, which is actually a separate thermostat. So you plug the freezer into that thermostat and then plug it in, and you can regulate the temperature to a high enough temperature for a refrigerator. What
does this all run on? You mentioned solar panels you're messing with, but also...
I have 300 watts of solar on the roof. I've got 2 deep cycle Walmart marine batteries that run the solar. I've got an inverter, and so everything runs off that. If I'm at a show like this and they have power, I can plug into the shore power, And then I also carry a 3,000 watt Predator generator with me. So if I don't have the sun or the power, I run the generator.
It's like the three-legged approach.
Yeah, well, everybody says you need
ready for
three
anything.
Things, everything should have three.
Yeah, yeah.
I have 3 different sources of power if I need them.
There you go.
So
it's all. How big is this truck now? It's what's the length?
The box itself is a 14 by 8.
That's it. Okay.
Now,
the one we did for the box truck film was 17, and this feels just as big for a couple of reasons. You kept it so open. One.
Yeah. I intentionally didn't put cabinets on the wall so that because if you put a 12-inch cabinet out all the way down on both sides, it would be like you're in a tunnel. Yeah, well, you lose that visual space and the physical upper space there. Exactly. And then, there again, it's just me, so I don't have, that big of a need for stuff. And in fact, right now, I have stuff that I know is here, but I can't find it. Oh, really? so What about, like, watching TV, anything like that? I see you got, you just, like, using a well, actually, I
iPad
I have a little portable CD, DVD player.
Oh.
But my whole thing is I'm doing this to get away from technology more than get to it. So I don't really want a TV. I mean, if I want to go out in the woods, what I want to do is set up a chair and watch the sunset.
Yeah.
So
I can respect that.
I mean, I do have a phone and so I can do Facebook or whatever if I need to.
Yeah.
But wasn't my intention. So.
What were some of your bigger successes or failures in this? A lot of people end up having to rebuild things a couple times or don't like the layout. What's your story?
Yeah, well, originally I just had like a slat bed that sat where the toolbox is, and I had an open space here, and I didn't know what to do with it. And then I found this, which actually works out better for me because the slat bed was only a 24-inch bed.
Yeah.
And you're constantly rolling into the wall or rolling onto the floor. And then I had these 2 pieces of 24-inch foam, and when I bought the futon, I actually cut the back of the futon down.
Oh, yeah.
So that when it folds out, it's 48 inches wide.
Gotcha.
And so that gives me a 48 by 72 bed, which is more than enough. One of the things I like best is actually the windows behind you, those are actually vinyl windows that I bought at the Restore for like $2 a piece.
Really? Okay.
And the 2 on the outside are permanent, the 2 on the inside slide open and close.
And you left the overhead door too.
Because that wouldn't serve as a door.
Yeah,
obviously
on the road. Yeah,
and,
no, but some people like with the other box truck, the box truck film one.
Yeah,
that one has a door in the back, and you have your side entrance.
And that is an option that I may explore somewhere down the road, as putting a whole wall up there and putting a door and a window or whatever in it, and taking all that back out.
I'm looking around. You actually got like seating on the futon for let's say 3.
Yeah.
And you got these benches over here that double as storage for more seating.
And those also will be a bed. These boards behind me.
Oh, there's like a cleat where you can...
These boards behind me lay across there, and then I have actually another set of cushions that you can't see right now that fold up and go in there.
That's pretty darn clever. If people want to check out what you're doing, where can they find out about you, Dale?
Well, I do have a YouTube channel, but it's not much, so just search Dale Betz and look for a picture of a box truck. That's all I can tell you.
I love the simplicity of it. Just look for the picture of the box truck.
Yeah, because apparently there are more than one Dale Betz in the world.
Yeah.
Which is a sad thing to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's there again. It's not much, but my kid said, "Oh, Dad, you should start a YouTube channel." So it started, and it's probably coming to an end real quick, but I don't know.
Well, Dale, it's great seeing you again, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it,
Come
man.
back anytime you want.
Oh, of course. Especially when I see the beer opening.
Oh, well, you have to look in the potty chair. That's a whole nother story.
The potty chair?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, by the way, can you talk about real quick
I'm sorry.
I love it. If you come around this way, he's got his, because people are going to ask, where do you go to the bathroom, Dale?
Yes. Out here on the lift gate is what I affectionately call my poop deck.
The poop deck, yeah.
And instead of buying a bucket for $4, I bought this handicap potty chair for $3 at a yard sale. Then this bag here is full of PVC pipe, which form a frame.
For privacy?
Yeah, and I have shower curtains that would hang around it. And then my shower is up here in the corner, and it just runs out.
Oh yeah, and you got your Triton.
Yeah, on-demand hot water heater, which would heat the water and heat for the sink. But the potty chair, everybody says, you know, you have to have 2 uses for everything. So I've got the potty chair. It also doubles as a camp chair.
Fill it with ice, it's a beer cooler.
That's right. See, there's only 2 other people that have actually gotten that before I could tell them. And I'm like, have you been talking to my kids? Or, you know, but yeah.
All right, thanks, Dale.
Yeah, no problem. I hope this works out for you, D.
Yeah.